Ba 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 ba. Live from Florida. Oh. I was in Dallas on Thursday, and now I am in Florida. I'll be in Florida for about a week and a half here. Then I go to Scottsdale. And that one's going to be a little bit tough. Futures down 30. Whack. Expecting some really good long signals today, so I'm looking to get long. I actually had a really good signal in Xerox on Friday. Cliff getting spanked. Xerox, the May 17 and a halves. It's May 17th. I got out of those on Friday. Five-minute bar, most likely nothing. Futures on 34 and a half. Futures are down 140 on Friday. I actually made money trading on Friday from the signals from the scanner. There was actually some really good signals on the scanner, despite the fact that the market just got annihilated. I would like to see more weakness today, guys. I want to see as much weakness as possible today. I want to see as much weakness as possible in the morning, maybe a little bit of weakness this afternoon, and maybe, even if we close in the lows, I'm fine with that. And someone's like, hey, we haven't had any signals for a 48-hour spike. We've had one signal in 2 weeks. I'm like, that's great. Okay, we don't want signals because our signals are long. If the market's going down and our scanners aren't producing signals, that's a good thing for us. It's keeping us away from things. So don't be hesitant if we are not getting signals. So that makes me happy. Oil getting destroyed. Marathon down. It's a huge call buyer in Marathon. Futures on 32. Most likely nothing on the 5-minute bar. We're looking in about 3 minutes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 13. I have 20 scanners going right now, guys. So I have 20 scanners looking for signals. Some of them have bearish signals, so not everything's a bullish signal. If you guys are looking to get short today, I'll give you some bearish signals today. I'm the only person looking to get long. I think the market's completely oversold. Let's go to the ES on daily chart. Apple is earnings this week. That will be a big tail weather. So on the daily chart, our RSI, relative strength index, is 34. So 34 on the RSI. I have some Uber weekly 35 and a half calls. Uber actually up a dime today. I would add to the 2 cents. I also have some Kraft calls. They have earnings. Coke actually had a good quarter. I was actually going to add to Kraft here 15 cents. Let me look to see if I can add to Kraft at 15. Futures down 38 points. Futures open down 20. Haven't seen anything yet. 5-minute bar closes here in a second. Uber's starting to get a little big. Twitter is higher. 4 or 5 on those. Let's look at Uber's ATR. So we go to the 5-minute bar. Uber could potentially get up to 32.14. That's $1 higher. We look at the ATR. It's about 9 cents higher. So we can put those at 15 cents. Let me offer some of these at 15. I I paid 7 for these, so I did add to my Uber position. I'm looking to add to my Kraft position. Uber up 27 cents. Walmart up a couple pennies. Let me get the Buddha music going on. Come on, AK. Futures down 40. The more the market goes down without signals, the more I like it, guys. The more the market goes down without signals, the more I like it. I like the market going down. I'm happy when the market goes down. Coca-Cola calls being bought. Coke had a very strong earnings. Up $1.58 here. I think Apple will be the bellwether. Apple's earnings this week. Seen a lot of call buyers in Apple. Uber, I had it at 7. Uber, I had it at 7, so I wouldn't add it 5. I had it at 7. 5-minute bar just closed. Let's go to the 5. Apple, no signal. Amazon, no signal. Baba, no signal. Facebook, no signal. Tesla, no signal. Netflix, no signal. And the last one is Google. So no 5-minute bar longs. So my last add in Uber was at 7 cents. I have 100 total. So I have about $600 of risk total. Kraft, I was looking to add the Kraft weekly calls. No 5-minute bar longs, guys. No 5-minute bar longs. No 5-minute bar longs today. If you just get a little bit back here, a little bit. Xerox. I sold those out. Those were the 17s. That was a nice signal from Option Hacker. We saw another one that was a really nice signal from Option Hacker. TQQQ, nothing to do in that one. Veru higher. Futures only down 30, getting a little bit of buying pressure here. I've not added a Kraft yet. Kraft weekly 46s. If you want those for about 18 cents, I don't hate them. Kraft weekly 46s. If you want those for about 18 cents, I do not hate those in Kraft. Futures not only down 28. Have a decent amount of cash on the sidelines ready to fire. No 5-minute bar longs, guys. The market was too weak this morning. No 5-minute bar longs. Futures down 27. I like the selling pressure this morning. I want to see more selling pressure this morning. We were just down 40. Now we're only down 26, 25. Oil getting crushed. Exxon down $4. I don't know. I didn't see the news why oil was down so much. Maybe that global growth slowdown. Coke with strong earnings today. SLV calls being bought. Snowflake trading here. Snowflake up 7. Snowflake up to 181. Tell calls, nothing to do here. I'm waiting for a signal, guys. I think the first signal today most likely will be an official signal. I'm waiting for a signal today. Looking at Snowflake on the daily chart. Global growth slowdown. Trying to bring up Snowflake on the daily chart. It's not letting me bring it up. Uber, I have the 35.5, so worth about 6 cents. I have 100 of those. Kraft, I'm looking to add a 15 cents. There were 17, 18. I could add 18 if I wanted to. Futures bid. Like I said, I want to see weakness this morning. I want to see some good signals this morning. We haven't seen any signals yet today. GSAT, nothing to do in GSAT. GSAT, nothing to do in GSAT. YINN, nothing to do in this one. ARKK actually up today. This is a triple bull ETF. Xerox actually up today, 13 cents. Futures down 34. Nothing has hit the tape, guys. I have nothing that is actionable. We're waiting for something that's actionable. I call this sitting on your hands. You literally just physically sit on your hands just waiting for a signal to pop up. When a signal pops, we'll get into it. But until then, we'll just wait. There's nothing to do right. This is called chop. We're up, we're down, we're down, we're up. Happy Monday! That is right, uh-huh. Monday. X calls being sold. Give me a signal and something. Give me something long. Give me X, give me Cliff, give me Uber, give me something. Twitter, I'd buy them. I'd buy call flies only. SoFi this week, 6.5. Small order, volume less than open interest in SoFi. SOFI, 6.5, guys, volume less than open interest. So SoFi, volume less than open interest. Mm-mm-mm-mm. 10 minutes in, we haven't seen anything hit any signal, any scanners. We're waiting. Waiting. This is a kind of a slow day. If you're new here, SoFi, weekly 6.5s. SoFi, weekly 6.5s hitting the tape. Those are next week calls. Oh, yeah, we're going to call it a signal here, guys, in SoFi. SoFi next week, 6.5s, 40 cents, guys. Official signal in SoFi. SoFi. Official signal, guys. You get 2 weeks for these, so we like these. SoFi official signal, buyer of SoFi, 5/6/2022, 6.5 calls for 40 cents, guys. Targets 60 and 80. So SoFi official signal, guys. SoFi official signal here, guys. SoFi official signal in SoFi. Official signal here in SoFi, guys. 40 cents. Next week, 6.5 calls in SoFi. Hit Moonshots and Option Hacker. SoFi, guys, official signal. Next week, SoFi calls. Let's look at an ATR here. Average true range. It's right at the money here. We have an ATR of 66 cents. If this stock gets up to $7, these double in value. They more than double in value. So all we need is the stock to to pop here, the ATR, and these will double in value. So SoFi to the long side, official signal at 40 cents, up to 42 I think is okay. SoFi, guys. SoFi, guys, official signal in SoFi. 6.5, guys. And market a little bit weakness here. You can get them at 41 right now. The only thing we've seen hit the tape so far. Are we going to break that 41.50 level to the downside is the important question. Are we going to break that 41.50 level to the downside is the important question. 41.50 is where we found support before. SoFi also on a 52-week low. So you can get them again right now, guys, at 40. So SoFi you can get at 40. Futures down 42. Affirm higher. Twitter higher. Snow higher. Snow higher. Market down. Futures down 42. I like the market down, guys. This is an opportunity to get long cheaper. So I don't hate the market being down. I actually wanted the market down this morning. I haven't taken anything today. I still have Uber weekly calls though, so if I can get at 38. Uber calls you can get at about 4 cents. The other one was Kraft weekly calls. You can get those at about 18 cents. P&L today is basically flat. I'm actually up a little bit today. So SoFi hitting option hacker. 5, 6, 2022, 6.5 calls for 40. Only thing we've seen at the tape today, guys. One signal so far today. Futures down 43.5. Futures down 180 in 2 days. Futures down from the highs even more. Futures were down 4 or up 40, and reverse were down 40. PBR trading here, nothing doing PBR. SYY, futures down 45. I like, the more the market goes down, the more I like it, guys. The more it's giving me an opportunity to get long at a cheaper price point. SoFi, 39 cents. So plenty of chance to get into SoFi if you like this signal. You have to decide if this signal's for you. 4,000 these trade here. If you're lost, all you have to do is we watch order flow in the option market. So on the left, we have a proprietary-based scanner. You can't get that anywhere else in the world. And on the right, I have Thinkorswim. I trade with real money in a real account, and then we just call it signals for you. We're just watching order flow in the option market. So now we see some ET calls being bought, the 12s. So ET 5/6 2022, 12 calls. These were bought for 9 cents. If you like this signal, you can put this on for 9 cents. Okay. The easiest kind of trading is the kind of trading we do, which is we just follow order flow in the option market. All the scanners do the legwork on the back end. I'm looking at 20 scanners. They all have different expirations, different strikes. And the more you come in here, the more you'll pick up the lingo, the more it'll make sense to you. ET, more ET. 30,000 ET calls being bought, guys. 30,000 ET. Next week, 12 is being bought. So somewhere in the world, 30,000 ET calls being bought. 30,000 ET 5/6 2022. 12 calls were bought for 8 cents. 30,000 in ET, guys. That is a big order here in ET. It's a small dollar amount, but it's a big order here in ET. So if you wanted to take those in ET, you could take those in ET. That is a oil name. ET, guys. Big buyer of the 12 calls. ET, 12 calls for next week being bought, 8 cents. It's about a $250,000 bet here. Somewhere in the world. So ET, guys, ET, futures down 50. And they keep going lower. SoFi calls 39 cents. ET, 8 cents. And the ATR here of these is average true range of ET. It's going to be a small ATR. That's why the premium's so cheap. The 34 cents on that ATR. We do have option education this morning, guys. So we will have that at no bonus trading on Mondays. But we have option education, guys. If you want to learn option education, we are into the intermediate section. So today we'll be going over vertical spreads. So let me put the link in here for you guys. If you're interested in attending, it's 100% free. I don't sell you guys anything. Just trying to get your option education to the level it needs to be. So we have intermediate starting at 11 today. It'll be 30 minutes long. We're going to be talking vertical spreads. Intermediate. Today will be vertical spreads. Just trying to get this link for you. SoFi getting a bid up to 43 now. All right, so vertical spreads today is going to be at 11. Let me put the link in here. Options education at 11 a.m. Eastern. Vertical spreads. SoFi 1.5 and 2 times what you pay. So 60 and 80. So there's the link. If you guys want to learn more about option education, we're going to be talking about vertical spreads today. At 11, it's 100% free. UVXY trading here, nothing to do in that one. So if I get a decent little bid now, up to 44 cents on these. So these are going up in value in SoFi. Microsoft has earnings this week. Keep an eye on Apple and Microsoft, guys. Apple and Microsoft both have earnings this week, guys. Apple and Microsoft both have earnings this week. So these will be big ones, guys. Apple and Microsoft both have earnings this week. Apple and Microsoft both have earnings this week, guys. This will be a gauge of what happens to the market. Apple and Microsoft both have earnings this week. ERX trading here, nothing doing that one. Apple and Microsoft. Rail, June 5's trading here, nothing doing that one. SoFi getting a decent little bid here. And SoFi, like we said, is an ATR of 64 cents. So it could get up to 689 today. How we get that is the low of the day plus the ATR. So low of the day plus the ATR is how we get this, guys. So the low of the day, and we add that ATR. So SoFi could potentially get up to 689 today. SoFi could potentially get up to 689. It's a low of the day plus the ATR. ATR of about 66 cents. So low of the day plus the ATR here, guys. Low of the day plus the ATR. Low of the day plus the ATR. Futures down 43. Low of the day, guys. Low of the day. Low of the day. ET targets are 1.5 and 2 times what you pay, unless, unless you have a gap higher. So if we gap higher, we can change those targets. We want to expand those targets. Try to get more money for it. LSID 27's trading here. That one has lost us money before. LSID. Lucid. Let's go to that one real quick. LSID. Nothing to do in that one. ET targets are going to be 1.5 and 2 times we pay for the option. 1.5 and 2 times we pay for the option. Coca-Cola calls being bought. Nothing to do in that one. So SoFi. Look at SoFi get a bid, guys. SoFi up to 49. SoFi up to 49 now. SoFi up to 49, guys. Got you in at 40. So 40 to 49 is 25% profit. It's not bad, right? 25% profit on that trade. If you wanted to get out right now, up to 50 cents here, guys. Up to 50 cents now. So SoFi working out well, up to 51 now. Futures continue lower. Futures on 50. SoFi through the pin here. So through the 650 level, we got that upside target of 689 for today. 689 upside target, guys. The high of the day, 51. So hypothetically speaking, if you got in at 40, if you wanted to sell them at 51, I'm not saying that you should sell them at 51. We have our targets at 60 and 80. You could have made 25% profit here in SoFi. Could have made 25% profit in SoFi. Not bad at all, guys. One signal today, one winner today. Like I said, we have option education after this. ET next week calls. Let's look at these. Bought a boatload of these. And the stock was down. I like buying calls when the stocks are down too. So ET futures down 50. They're just getting crushed here. And the VIX actually surprisingly did not get that big of a pop on Friday. ET calls 89. SoFi calls 47. You know, if we see the future sell off another 50 points or 60 points and SoFi is still a winner, sometimes we take these off early. Okay? I would say never get married to a position. Ooh, Kraft. I'm getting some Kraft calls at 15. Kraft is earnings this week. I'm adding a little bit of Kraft calls here, 15 cents. Futures on 56. They continue lower. Kraft, I haven't got filled on all of them, so I'm not going to put them on until I get filled. He's only seen one signal hit all the scanners combined, guys, and that's a winning trade. Kraft weekly calls. SoFi, nice trading, guys. And SoFi, futures down 53. On the low of the session here for the futures. Apple down 2. Seen one signal so far today. ET actually did not hit any of my scanners. You want to take ET, they're up to 32,000. CVE, guys, CVE 15, 17, sorry. CVE hit an option hacker, guys. So option hacker flags buyer of CVE 520 2022 17 calls for 80 cents, guys. So this is not an official signal, but this hit one of my proprietary based scanners. So it's not an officially a signal, but if you want to take this, you can take this signal. This is CVE May 17 calls. Okay, 4,000 of these trade here. They hit my proprietary based option hacker scanner. Okay, so it hit my proprietary base option hacker scanner. Oh, they hit at 90 cents. So these hit at 90 cents here, guys, in CVE. So if you like this signal, you can get in. It's not an official signal, but it's another signal. I like to give you guys usually about 10 signals in the first hour of the day. Today I've given you only 3, really. ET, CVE, and then SoFi, one official signal. So I usually like to give you 3 signals in the first hour of the day. Twitter up $1.88. Looks like they're going to accept Elon's bid. Uber up. So CVE 520 2022. 17 calls being bought for 90 cents. So $90 per one lot. So CVE, guys. CVE calls being bought. CVE calls being bought, guys. CVE calls being bought. So if you like that signal, you could play that signal. CVE, guys. CVE. So Kraft, I'm buying some Kraft calls here. Kraft, I'm buying some Kraft calls here. So Kraft weekly calls, guys. Kraft weekly calls is a signal from last week. I'm paying 15 cents. Craft weekly calls, guys. So the weekly 46s. I'm paying 15 cents for some of these in Craft. So I'm adding to this position here in Craft. So Craft, I'm adding this position. We take the low of the day, we add the ATR. Craft could get up to 43.15, so it can go up about 80 cents. 80 cents times 18 is about 15 cents higher. I'm gonna have a target here at 30 cents. So Craft, I'm adding to my position. They have earnings this week. I can get this week 46 calls for 15 cents. So taking advantage of a little bit of weakness here. I'm gonna put a 7-cent bid in for 50 more. That'd be $350. I have $1,500 of risk total in Craft. So I have $1,500 in Craft. $1,500 in Craft, guys. So adding at 15, I have 100 of them total. 100 times 15, I can lose $1,500 in Craft. So CVE hitting the tape, ET hitting the tape, SoFi hitting the tape. Futures quietly down 60. VIX up another 2 points. VIX above $30, guys. VIX above $30. VIX above $30. Futures now down 200 points in 2 days. That 4150 level is the important level to the downside. 4150 is an important level to the downside. So we're hit multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 4 times. We're down 250 points from the highs. I think today's days to get long. Okay, I don't think it's days to get short, days like today. Plug up on the day. Uber, July calls, no thank you. Uber up $1. I added the 35.5 as cheap as 7 cents. I added Craft as cheap as 15 cents today. Craft first target's 30, so trying to get a double on my money here. We haven't seen that many signals yet today, guys. We haven't seen that many signals yet today. You see some ETF signals, K-Web calls being bought. May 28 calls in K-Web, 80 cents. So ETF trade, buyer of K-Web, 520, 2022, 28 calls for 80. So K-Web, K-Web calls being bought, guys. K-Web calls being bought. The K-Web, this is the ETF, or Chinese internet names. We have an ETF trade here in K-Web. So K-Web calls being bought in the K-Web, guys. K-Web calls being bought, 80 cents. Futures coming back a little bit. So K-Web calls being bought. You also see SLV calls being bought. We actually see a 48-hour spike in NVAX. NVAX 48's trading here. NVAX 48's trading here. Those hit at 260, guys, so these are working out great here in NVAX. 48-hour spike, so this is a 2-day trade. Buyer of NVAX. 429, 2022. 48 calls for 260, guys. So NVAX working out well. That has hit my 48-hour spike scanner. So So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more expensive, you can buy these. Okay, this is a 2-day trade. These are already popping here. You can see they hit the 48-hour spike scanner. $2.60. They're already up to $3.50. So NVAX working out well here. NVAX. Calls being bought. NVAX, guys. NVAX. Calls being bought. Uber up $1. CVE, you can get in cheaper. SoFi back to 43. I have a decent amount of cash on the sidelines, guys. I have a decent amount of cash on the sidelines. Waiting for an opportunity. Yeah, they've moved right. They're up to $4 here, guys. Wow. Up to $4. ARK 60s. These are cheap. I might buy some. ARK 60s, guys. ARK 60s. Next week, 60s in the ARKK. ARK 60s. They're paying 76 cents. I'm going to buy some of these, I think. ARKK. Next week, 60s, guys. ARKK. Next week, 60s. If I can get them around an 80-cent level, I'm going to buy some of these. I'm going to probably buy these pretty big here. ARKK next week, 60s. ARKK next week, 60s. I can get them at 76. Let's try to get. ARKK next week, 60s, guys. Trying to pay 76 for 100 of them right now. ARKK, guys. ARKK bid. Next week, 60s, guys. I took ARKK last week and I made money, so I'm trying to buy ARKK. Filled at 76 cents here, guys, in the ARKK. ARKK, next week, 60 calls. I bought these personally with my money. It's not an official signal. Buyer of ARKK. Next week, 60 calls. You can get them for about 75 cents. I paid 76. So ARKK, guys. ARKK. Ooh. Five, 6, 20, 22. 60 calls. You get them at 74-ish. 76. So I don't want to have targets at 1.5 and 2 times on what I pay for it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to see how much the ATR is. Okay. If the low is in for the day, you can get them at 73, guys. You can get them at 73. So you can get them cheaper. So these are next week's 60s. So ARKK, I'm going to put the low in for the day. I'm going to add that ATR. Okay. Low in for the day, and I add the ATR. ARKK can get up $2.40. Can get up to 55.60 here. Okay, so what I do is I come in here, and this is like next level stuff. So 55.60 is $2.50 higher. Okay, so I put in the delta and the gamma. It's about 25. 25 times 250 is roughly around 50, about 70 cents higher. So let's put it 60 cents higher. So let's have a target for half of them at 135, guys. So we're gonna have a target at half of them at 135. You're gonna bet 67 cents now. So ARKK, guys. You can get these cheaper here in the ARKK. These hit our ETF scanner at 76 cents. I got into 76. If I wanted to, I could put an ad. I could add some of them here at like half the price of it, just in case the market gets crushed. So I'm gonna go 35 bid to add. So I'm 35 bid, paid 76. I'm gonna have my target out at 135. So ARKK, I am in the ARKK to the long side. ARKK to the long side, guys. I am long ARKK with my own money, real money. I'm down about $500 in that right now. So I'm expecting a bounce back here. Out of everything I saw, I like this one kind of the best. It's got a huge ATR, average true range, and we get 2 weeks. They're not this week calls, they're next week calls. So ARKK has got an ATR of $3.65 today. The market reverses, goes up on the day. These are going to explode in value for me. So I do like ARKK to the long side. Market looks weak though. Uber up $1. Let's see what else we got today. Hitting the tape. NVAX got up to 390 here. ARKK, guys. ARKK. That's a way of me playing long the market. It's getting rushed. I have another bid in at 35, guys. I would add at 35. JD. If you like something a little bit more expensive, I can give you some JD calls. $1 million bet here in JD. So these are the JD March 13th, the 57s. March 13th, 57s. This is a $1 million bet, guys. A $1 million bet here in JD. $1 million bet here in JD. $1 million is being bet here in JD. So JD, calls being bought, guys, in JD. There's $1 million. Someone's putting $1 million out there. So $1 million bet, guys. This is something to keep an eye on. If you like JD alongside, maybe you take these. If you're bearish to market, you don't want to be taking these. If you're bearish to market, you don't take these, okay? You have to be bullish to the market. So this is JD. 5/13, 2021, 2022, 57 calls, guys. Around that $2 level. So this is $1 million bet, guys. A lot of money going after JD. Doesn't mean they're going to be right, but JD, guys. And ARKK just getting slammed. JD calls being bought, guys. JD. 5/13, 2022, 57 calls, guys. They bought over 5,000 of these here. JD. JD, guys. Calls being bought. We got about 10 minutes to go. No bonus trading on Mondays. I've given you ARKK, CVE, ET, JD, Kraft, KWeb, NVAX, and SoFi. So we've flagged about 8 signals today. I always make sure that everything I look at is volume greater than open interest. So even the JD calls you see right here, the volume is 5,188. Open interest is 262. Volume, how many contracts trade today? Open interest, how many exist before today? So I'm always making sure that volume is greater than open interest. I need to make sure that volume is greater than open interest. And the scanners only give me stuff where volume is greater than open interest. You guys can get ARKK at 63 cents. 63 cents in ARKK, guys. I paid 76, so you're getting a huge discount if you like these in ARKK. You get them at 63 cents. I'd probably call it a signal if it wasn't for the fact that I took it with my own money. Anything I take with my own money, I cannot call as an official signal. Just the rules of the play. I do like ARKK. I think the market can reverse. The market reverses ARKK. I think it's set up to rip to the upside. ERX trading here. Nothing doing ERX. ARKK back to 67. JD calls up to 218. 213 maybe. I think today or tomorrow we'll reverse off those lows. Craft, I have a target at 30 here. So I have a target at 30. On the 46s, I paid 15. How much lower do you set your limit? It depends on the option. It depends on the bid size. It depends on the offer size. So it's nothing like, so, you know, this is what I do. Look at those Rio. The Rio 82.5s are down to 20 cents. Wow. Cliff down $1.55. Cliff down 5% today. I'm sure Freeport's down. Freeport down 5%. X down 3.5%. I mean, the only thing that's green today is Uber's higher and Twitter's higher. I don't mind signals that are next week. You know, signals that are this week, you're still, you know, the market is still really, really weak. I still think we can sell off more. But if you give me a signal that's 2 weeks out, that's a lot of time for the market to reverse. Right? So, you know, can we close on the lows today, be down 70, 75 points in the futures? Sure. Can we end up down a little bit tomorrow? Sure. But I think we'll definitely get a recovery before next week. That's why I don't mind buying next week calls. I'm much more convinced and confident buying calls that expire next week than calls that expire this week. You also got to take into consideration how much we've been sold. The S&P 500 futures are down 190 points in 2 days. Like, did anything in the world really change that much? Not really. I mean, we know interest rates are going higher. We've known this for a very, very long time. It's nothing that crazy in the last, like, week and a half. 5 minutes to go, guys. We have option education today. It will be on verticals. Vertical spreads. And initially, I'm down in ARKK. That's what happened last time. I took ARKK calls 2 weeks ago. I was initially down money, and then it ended up being a great trade. I doubled my money on the ETF scanner. I bought ARKK. I forgot which ones I bought, but I got into ARKK, and it ended up working really well. Oh, futures bid. Oh, look at the ARKK go. Go, 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 go. The stock just popped 50 cents here. They're up to 69 cents on these calls. JD bid. Oh, ARKK bid. Did anybody get into ARKK a little bit cheaper? Maybe at that 62 cent level? Did anybody get into ARKK cheaper at all? Just curiously. My first target's 135. Did anybody get it? Oh, the futures are bid now. Oh, we love it. ARKK, all that money was down. Now I'm back to unchanged. Looks like there's a buyer in the market. ARKK target one's 135, 65, 65, 70, 62. That's what I like to hear, guys. If you bought him at 62, if you want to start taking some off at 90-ish, you can start taking them off around the 90 cent level. In AK, we trust. JD calls up to 2.25. Oh, that's May 3rd is next week. That's next Tuesday. That's perfect. ARKK bid. Come on, Barbie. Let's go party. Futures are going to be up on the deck and feel it. SoFi up to 45. SoFi got up to as high as 50. ARKK now my P&L is unchanged in the ARKK. You guys got in cheaper. Great trading. Twitter, I'd only play Twitter through call flies. So Twitter, I'd buy call butterflies. I wouldn't buy calls outright. Maybe buy like a September call butterfly. Let's see, like a September. Uber, weekly 32.5s. Uber, weekly 32.5s, guys. Did not hit any of my scanners. Uber, 32.5s on the weeklies. Did not hit any of my scanners. But Uber, 32.5s trading here. Uber, 32.5s trading here, guys. Uber, 32.5s. I'm still on the 35.5s. ET now in the green. Uber, guys, 32.5s trading. They're about 80 cents. They're a little expensive for me here. KWeb, 1.5 and 2 times what you pay. So it all depends what you paid. NVAX, beast mode. ARKK. Come on, baby. ARKK 60s up to 80 cents now. Now I'm up in this trade. I was down 1,500. Now I'm up 300. KWeb. 80 cents. Ooh, those are starting to go a little bit here. A little bit. Ooh, 2 minutes to go, guys. 2 minutes to go. Looking to get more long than short. If you're getting short the market on days like today, I think that is wrong. Come on, ARKK. Lowest in for the day, ARKK can get up to 55.60. So go out $2 to the upside, guys. So you take $2, you add your delta and your gamma. Delta and gamma is about 25. $2 higher is about 50 cents higher. They can get to about 130-ish today, if it goes to the high of the day. And I put my money where my mouth is when the market was down this morning. Futures were down 60. I said, oh, you're not getting me today. I'm going to buy some ARKK calls. Why? Because they hit my scanner. That's it. They're a bid. 79.85, guys. If you paid 62 and you want to start having targets on around the 90 cents level, that is 50% profit, guys. If we get some signals on penny spike this afternoon, I will like basically anything on penny spike, guys. Anything on penny spike, basically all day, I would like them and I'd probably take them. Short-term low could be in here, guys. Another good day of profits, guys. ARKK up to 82. Come on, Barbie. Uber calls up to 10 cents. 10 cents. Keep an eye on Microsoft and Apple this week, guys. All right, guys, that's it for my session. I'll see you in the trading session, option education, here in about 30 minutes. Thanks, everyone.